Hello. This week is of late, I think, of Cliffordville. And there's something about this episode that I don't like. It's probably just the nature of the protagonist, I guess, that I just can't get along with. I can't empathize with this person. And I think he gets pretty much what he deserves. And while that is the gist of the story, I don't like it because I don't like him. And I don't believe that it doesn't get to me. I don't feel for it. Anyway, Albert Salmi, who plays Mr. Feathersmith, of course, played in 2 other episodes. He played in Execution, where he was also a bad guy, in season 1, I think, and The Quality of Mercy, where he was not a bad guy. He was just a soldier. So that was nice. John Anderson, who plays Mr. Dietrich. He played in The Outer Limits, and he went with Rod and also played in The Night Gallery, which is, of course, another TV series that Rod made after Twilight Zone. And he also plays Kevin Uxbridge in Star Trek The Next Generation, which is where I recognized him from when I saw him. Wright King, who plays Mr. Hackett. He's Dr. Galen in Planet of the Apes. Hecate, by the way, is a Greek goddess of sorcery and witches. So make of that what you will. Now, Julie Newmar, who plays Devlin, she was Catwoman for 13 or so episodes in the original Batman TV series. And she actually reprised her role several times. And she's also played other parts of the sort of Batman mythos. So she's actually played Bruce Wayne's mom at some point, I think. Anyway, so she's been sort of a part of that. And she's still alive. A lot of the character actors from the Twilight Zone are deceased. It's kind of depressing to look them up. But she's still alive. I don't think she's acting currently, but she's still alive. Now, she has the best hat. Like, is that not the best hat? It has these little row of lovely little things, and when she takes it off, there's these little tiny holes. I'm sad that we don't get to see more of that hat. We only get to see the little hole for a very brief instant, and then she puts it down. But it's nice, and it shows off the little horns that she has. The daughter that he wants to woo is, of course, a very repulsive character. They've made her very repulsive. She has a very prominent mole. I think they shaded her upper lip. And she talks constantly and she sings horribly. All these things. And it reminds me of a later episode. Is it Twilight Zone? I think it is. I'm not exactly sure now. But I think it's a Twilight Zone. But it's about a man who travels back in order to meet the girl of his dream. And it just shows up that she's sort of half-baked. She isn't quite what he wants to remember her as. And it reminded me of that. There's a lot of that stuff in this episode, actually. They have a profuse use of the Dutch angle as he is trying to explain all of his inventions and make all the deals and all this stuff. And he is going quite mad because of this. And that's why he's so desperate to get out of there and sell the land for $40. So when he's talking to Miss Devlin while in Cliffordville, he's sitting next to some crates. These are the same crates as in the last episode, the new exhibit. These are the ones that the figures were delivered in. This episode reminds me a lot of Bewitched, which I talked about just a few weeks ago when we had this the Wish fulfillment bit, and that the devil's deals are always crooked. And in Bewitched, of course, he gets several wishes, but he can take them back. And that's sort of the entire part of the movie is that he goes through and he just sort of gets himself back by using this little pager that he has. Because the devil is trying to screw him, which she, is supposed to be doing. In this case as well, she does. But there's also something about this that reminded me of the Star Trek Next Generation episode Tapestry, in which we get to see what would happen if he didn't become what he became, right? So he ends up in the exact same room as he did in the beginning of the episode, but on the other side of the desk. Now he's the one holding the feather duster, just like if and this is in Tapestry, if Picard didn't go through being bold, he would have been this mousy little astro engineer, or astrocartography, I think he was in. That if you go back and try to do something and play it safe, or not excel at what you excelled at, for whatever reason, you're just going to turn out very mousy in the end. So yeah, it's a lot of episodes that sort of reminds me of other things that we see. Of course, people take inspiration. And next week is The Incredible World of Horace Ford, with some of the greatest actors, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care now.